From liking to lust, the 10 stages of body language, Stoic warned about psychology tricks. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius, you've been sold a comforting myth that attraction announces itself in neat sentences, that if she's into you, she'll spell it out. And that confidence is mostly what you say. Here's the uncomfortable reality. Desire is silent before it's spoken. It shows up in physiology long before it shows up in conversation, while you're listening for explicit signals. Her brain has already sorted you friend possibility, or the man who lingers in her thoughts. That snap judgment often happens in under half a minute, and not a word is required. Micro movements do the talking. Eye cadence, neck exposure, how she angles her torso, the pace of her blink, the way her lips compress between sentences. Most men miss these shifts. They stare, they second guess, they wait for certainty, and the window closes. You don't have to. Not after today, in the next few minutes. We'll map the 10 body language stages that typically move from curiosity to craving. The real cues beneath courtesy and small talk. These are the signals she hopes you'll pick up but won't voice outright. Learn to read them and you stop performing and start attracting you trade, chasing for presence, and you'll never interpret a smile or a pause. The same way again, a Stoic note of caution: observe, to understand, not to manipulate. Confidence is self-command. Consent and mutual interest are non-negotiable. Signal 1. The sideways glance with a slight smile. This is where everything begins. The silent spark that ignites the dance of attraction in the mysterious theatre of body language. A woman's sideways glance paired with that faint, fleeting smile isn't some random act of shyness. It's a deliberate play. It's strategy wrapped in softness, a test hidden behind charm. The half-second look says, "I've noticed you," but leaves you wondering if she really did. That's female psychology in motion, showing interest without surrendering control. If you miss it, you don't just miss a look, you fail. The first invisible test of awareness in this subtle battle of perception. Her eyes ask one question: are you alert enough to see beyond words? Understand us. That glance is her radar. It scans for composure, for presence, for quiet confidence. A man who understands psychology, tricks and the rhythm of human behavior doesn't rush in. He doesn't break the spell by reacting like a rookie. Instead, he meets that glance with stillness, a slow, knowing smile, a steady return of gaze, then calm detachment. That restraint speaks volumes. It says, I see you, but I'm not chasing. I choose. And that, my friend, is power. Desperation destroys attraction. Awareness builds it. Picture the scene: you're sitting in a cafe, lost in thought. You sense something, that subtle tug of attention. You look up there, she is. Her gaze meets yours. Half a second of connection. Then she looks away and checks her phone, pretending to be elsewhere. But you felt it, that spark, that shift in the air. That right there is how to fall in love without a single word. If you understand the psychology tricks behind it, you'll see what's really happening. She's inviting, but testing. She's revealing interest wrapped in mystery. If you respond with composure, not chasing, not ignoring, you pass the test. Don't be fooled by the simplicity. This moment separates men who see from men who guess. It filters the unaware, the overeager. The insecure female psychology thrives on subtlety, and this glance is her filter. Be the man who notices without reacting, who understands without exposing too much. That's what keeps her intrigued. That's what turns liking into lust. Don't let your instincts betray you with haste. Be deliberate, be grounded. That is how you enter her world, not through words, but through awareness. Remember, she's not just glancing, she's communicating in the oldest language. There is the language beneath language. Every micro-expression, every heartbeat of silence carries meaning. The confident man doesn't chase. He deciphers. He knows how to fall in love with the way she looks before she even speaks. And more importantly, he makes her feel safe enough to keep looking back. That's the real game of attraction. Recognize it, respond with grace, and you'll find yourself standing at the threshold of something rare, the quiet beginning of desire built on nothing more than a glance and a smile. Signal 2. Exposing the neck. When she tosses her hair back, when her chin lifts just slightly, and that soft curve of her neck catches the light. Don't fool yourself into thinking it's random. It's not. This moment is evolution whispering through millennia. The neck, one of the body's most vulnerable zones, is where trust and attraction shake hands when she reveals it. She's not just shifting her posture, she's showing you on a deep, instinctive level. I feel safe around you. That's not casual. That's chemistry wrapped in confidence. In the animal kingdom, lowering the guard around vital areas means comfort, even submission. But with humans, it's more refined, more complex. It's not about dominance, it's about connection. It's her body's silent language saying, I'm open to your presence. That subtle tilt of her head, that flash of skin, it's her nervous system broadcasting interest before her mind even catches up. Don't overthink it. Don't pounce. Don't ruin it with bravado. Because here's the truth. A high-value man doesn't chase signals like a hunter spotting prey. He recognizes them, respects them, and responds with masculine energy that feels grounded, not grasping when she opens the gate. Your job isn't to charge through, it's to stand steady, to let her feel that her instinct to trust was right. Lean in slightly, not too much speak. Softly compliment her essence, not her appearance. Say something like, there's something calm about your energy tonight. That's how a man of depth responds, by seeing beyond the surface. When you do that, you reinforce the invisible bridge she's building. If instead you ignore the moment or try to turn it into a power play, the spell breaks the connection. Withers. Remember, this isn't an invitation to act. It's a signal to connect. It's her way of whispering, I'm letting you closer, don't make me regret it. Be the man who knows how to handle that whisper, because a high-value man doesn't flinch in silence. He understands that attraction isn't always loud. It's often quiet, delicate, full of subtext. He holds eye contact without clinging. He lets his stillness do the talking. His masculine energy radiates assurance, steady, safe, magnetic. Think of it like music. Attraction has rhythm. She's playing the first note, soft, slow, exploratory. Your response determines whether it becomes a symphony or static. Don't rush the tempo. Don't force the chorus. Just let the melody unfold in those fleeting seconds when her neck is exposed. Time slows down. That small gesture carries centuries of evolutionary storytelling. Every woman, consciously or not, has inherited that language. Every man worth his salt learns to listen. So when you see it, appreciate it, let your body relax, smile, not the hungry kind, but the knowing one. That's the language of a man who doesn't need to prove. He can attract women, he simply does. That is the art of calm appreciation. That is quiet. Power, be composed, be aware, be the man whose presence makes her feel both safe and intrigued. Because in that space between her exposed neck and your composed response, attraction isn't just born, it evolves. And that's how a high-value man moves. Not by taking, but by understanding. Not by chasing, but by connecting. She tilts her head, and the world pauses. Not because she's weak, but because she trusts you enough to let her guard down. Don't betray that trust. Elevate it. That's not just psychology, that's timeless. That's human, that's power wrapped in grace. Signal 3, the assessing glance. It's the moment when curiosity sharpens into intent. When her eyes no longer just meet yours, but measure you, weigh you, assess you. The subtlety evaporates, replaced by the silent mathematics of attraction. Her gaze moves from your face to your frame, down and up again. Calm, deliberate, ancient. This isn't judgment, this is biology, it's the ID at work. Freud's primal engine of desire, scanning for signals of strength, vitality, confidence, and command. And in that fleeting silence, her instincts are asking, is he a man I can trust, follow, or surrender? To remember, she's not just seeing you, she's feeling you. Old Stoic wisdom teaches us not to react to every stimulus, but to master it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When her eyes wander, do not shrink, don't fidget, don't break, hold, steady. Let her look, let her curiosity grow. This is your proving ground, this is your proving ground." Most men fail here because they fold under the pressure of being seen. They betray themselves by seeking approval. Don't the Stoicism win lies and calm control when you stand unshaken with the iron mind of a man who knows his worth. You become magnetic. Let her imagination do the work. It's far more potent than words. She's taking a mental test drive, picturing how it feels to stand beside you. If you flinch, you fail. If you smirk, relaxed, composed, you win the message you send without a single word. I know what you're thinking, and I like that you're thinking it. That's the language of quiet dominance in modern life, where endless distractions and insecurities drown out true confidence. This old Stoic wisdom is a weapon in a world obsessed with validation. The rare man who needs none stands out like fire in the dark. Women feel that energy, they sense it. The Stoics called it apatheia, freedom from being ruled by emotion. You must learn it. When the assessing glance comes, treat it as your moment of truth. Don't perform, don't chase, just be calm. Power is louder than words. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." That is the essence of Stoicism. Win control yourself and the world bends toward you. In every room, in every conversation, in every moment of pressure, remember this, you are being scanned, not for perfection, but for presence, for studiousness, for the strength to stand in your own gravity. Develop the iron mind that cannot be shaken by attention or silence. Every glance becomes a battlefield, and the man who holds his gaze wins not just attraction, he wins respect. Let's be clear, confidence is not arrogance. It's self-mastery. The man who stands still in the storm of perception conquers without moving. The modern warrior doesn't fight with fists. He fights with composure. When she looks, she's not seeking your muscles. She's searching for your mental steel. That's where the Stoicism win happens, in the space between impulse and reaction. Don't flinch, don't doubt, don't rush. Just be the old Stoic. Wisdom was never about denying emotion. It was about ruling it. The iron mind doesn't freeze. It observes, decides, and commands. So when her eyes trace, you understand what's really happening. Nature is testing the strength of your presence. Pass the test by being immovable. Be the man who doesn't chase the moment, but owns it. That is how you turn liking into lust. That is how you lead without words. That is how a man wins through silence, through stillness, through power, earned by mastery over self. If this insight opened your eyes, give it a like. Share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more timeless Stoic and psychological wisdom. Let's grow stronger together, mind, body, and presence. Comment to remember, I am calm, confident, and unshakable under attention. Signal 4. Touching her hips or legs. This is where male observation often fails, and where female psychology speaks loudest without a single word. When a woman subtly touches or runs her hand along her thighs, legs, or hips, while talking to you, don't think it's random. It's instinct. Her body is responding before her logic can intervene. This is not mere fidgeting, it's a whisper from biology itself. She's soothing herself. Yes, but also signalling arousal. The quiet dance between comfort and curiosity, between liking and lust, her touch becomes symbolic. Her hand is in that moment, your hand in her mind's silent story. This is one of those psychology tricks nature wired deep into her nervous system. The gesture is often unconscious, yet it mirrors a fantasy. She hasn't spoken out loud, that is what makes it so electric. Now, here's where most men lose the moment they either stare, like they've seen a ghost, or freeze, pretending not to notice. Don't do either. Don't act shocked and don't play blind. Both moves ruin the rhythm. Be calm, be composed, be present, a soft knowing smile, a flicker of eye contact. Then a relaxed return to the conversation. That's mastery. You must show that you see her energy, that you feel it, yet you stay in control. That calm awareness says, I understand you, without needing to rush that restraint. That's what makes her trust you. It's magnetic, mysterious and masculine all at once. In the language of attraction, restraint is louder than action. Most men think seduction means doing more wrong. It's about doing less, but doing it consciously. The more you chase, the faster. The chemistry dies, the more you hold your ground. The more she leans in. Don't rush the spark. Let it breathe. That patience tells her you're not desperate. You're deliberate, you know how to fall in love. Slowly, intelligently, with awareness. That's what captivates a mature woman's mind as much as her body. Remember, her body language is a dialogue when she touches her legs. She's speaking in a secret dialect, and your eyes are the translator. Don't interrupt the sentence with clumsy moves or nervous jokes. Just listen. Let the tension hang in the air. The unspoken "I feel it too" does more than any line ever could. This is where charm turns into magnetism, where subtlety becomes seduction. So next time you see that slow movement, that absent-minded stroke of her thigh or shift of her hips, don't panic, be aware, be still. Let her see that you're not thrown off by her sensuality. You're grounded in it. That's the energy of a man who understands female psychology and uses psychology tricks not to manipulate, but to connect. It's about reading her cues, respecting her signals, and letting her know you can dance between desire and discipline. That's how you move from liking to lust, from surface-level attraction to something that hums deeper. That's not luck, that's skill, and that's skill. My friend is power signal 5, the teasing shoe. It's subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but for the man who understands, who truly sees, it's one of the oldest, most powerful signs in the language of attraction. She's sitting there, legs crossed, her shoe dangling loosely from her toes. Maybe it slips halfway off. Then back on to most men, it's nothing, a habit, a random motion. But to the man who reads between gestures, this is not random, it's revelation. Freud would have called it a symbolic undressing. The shoe, after all, represents protection boundaries, the polite armor of society, and when she lets it slide even just a little, she's signaling something ancient. I'm lowering my guard, it's subconscious. Instinctive, a quiet invitation that says, I feel safe enough to be playful. Don't underestimate that. The moment a woman feels safe around a man, attraction begins to shift from liking to lust. That's not poetry, that's psychology, the rhythm of revelation. Notice how she does it, if the movement is slow, rhythmic, almost hypnotic. That's no accident. That rhythm mirrors comfort, relaxation, engagement. She's not fidgeting, she's communicating. This isn't something she does around someone she distrusts. It happens only when her feminine energy is fully awake, when she senses your masculine energy as grounded, composed, and non-needy. A high-value man doesn't chase the signal. He recognizes it, respects it, and lets it unfold your role. The power of stillness. Here's the secret. Most men miss. Don't react. Don't joke about it. Don't make it weird. Don't even smirk. Why? Because the moment you draw attention to it, the spell breaks, the teasing. Shoe is not an invitation for you to act. It's an invitation for you to be still, be grounded, be that calm in her storm. When you stay composed, you radiate control, not over her, but over yourself. And that's magnetic. That's what attracts women on a level deeper than words. Your stillness tells her, I see you. You're safe here. And in that quiet acknowledgement, you ignite something primal, holding space, not grabbing power. This isn't about manipulation, it's about presence. When she performs that little ritual, that slow dangling shoe, the bare edge of vulnerability. What she's really doing is testing the environment. She's asking, can I relax here? Can I trust this man's energy? Your answer must come without words. It's in your eyes, your posture, your breath. You must hold space, not fill it. You must let her feel your masculine energy, not force it. A high-value man doesn't pounce. He doesn't chase. He lets her come closer, step by step, drawn to the quiet gravity of his composure. That's how you attract women, not through loud words, but through silent power. The psychology beneath the game, every gesture tells a story. The teasing, she tells one of surrender. It's the dance of tension and release, the physical echo of emotional safety. And when you honor that moment, instead of exploiting it, you show her something rare, restraint, discipline, presence. That's what separates the man she flirts with from the man she desires. That's what transforms curiosity into chemistry. That's what makes you unforgettable. So next time you see that dangling shoe, don't act. Absorb. Don't joke. Notice. Don't rush. Anchor yourself, because that tiny movement is more than a tease. It's an ancient signal whispered through time. She feels your energy, now show her you can handle it. That is how high-value man moves, with awareness, patience, and quiet power. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting. Very interesting in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you, Signal 6. Closing the personal space. Every man must understand this ancient dance between distance and desire. Old Stoic wisdom teaches us that control of space is control of energy. When a woman willingly steps into your personal bubble, that sacred 18-inch zone, evolution built to guard your instincts. It's not an accident. It's intention. It's curiosity. It's a test. She's not merely leaning in to whisper or brushing your arm by chance. She's probing your confidence, your composure, your iron mind in the world of proxemics, the psychology of space. Every inch closed is a silent question. Can you stay centered? When I step closer, Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind. Not outside events realize this, and you will find strength that is Stoicism, when composure under pressure, calm in chaos, control amid closeness. Most men fail this test. They flinch, they retreat, they think politeness means distance, but to her subconscious, withdrawal signals weakness. It whispers, he cannot hold space. Don't retreat, don't fidget, don't break eye contact. Let her step in, breathe, hold your ground, stay still, study, collect it. You must embody calm dominance, not aggression, not submission, but poise when her shoulder brushes yours. Allow it when she leans in, meet her presence with relaxed awareness. This is not seduction through movement, it's mastery through stillness. In this silence you communicate more than words ever could. You say, I am comfortable here. I don't chase, I don't flee, I simply am. That message is primal, powerful. It's what old Stoic wisdom calls virtue in motion. Remember, body language reveals truth faster than speech. A calm man radiates security. A nervous one leaks uncertainty. The woman senses this instantly. She doesn't want perfection. She wants presence. Show her that you can stand in closeness without losing balance. That's the mark of an iron mind. Epic, Tetis warned, no man is free who is not master of himself. Master your reactions. Master your breathing. Master your space. Don't let the moment dictate your frame. You dictate the moment. Modern men distracted by noise and screens have forgotten this art. Let's reclaim it. Let's return to the power of awareness, of stillness, of presence. When she closes the gap, don't interpret it as invitation or threat. See it as a mirror she's testing, not your body, but your balance. The Stoic wins not by doing more, but by needing less. By staying unmoved in movement, that is, the Stoicism, wins serenity as strength. Your goal is not to conquer her space, but to rule your own. When you stay grounded, you project unshakable calm, and that calm becomes magnetic. Confidence isn't loud, it's silent, steady, unyielding. Don't rush, don't overthink, breathe and observe. In that moment, you are both student and master of connection. Remember this, the one who controls himself controls the space. The one who controls the space controls the outcome. Be that man, be still, be certain. Let your iron mind lead, and the world and her attention will follow. Signal 7. Breath, synchronization. The quiet thunder of connection most men overlook. When a woman begins to breathe and sync with you, it's not luck and it's not your imagination. It's one of those subtle psychology tricks that slips past reason straight into the body's hidden language. Her inhalations start to match yours. Her exhalations fall in rhythm, and suddenly the air between you hums with something unspoken that's not romance yet. That's biology whispering that she feels safe. Don't dismiss it. Be aware. Our nervous systems are wired with mirror neurons, little biological spies that imitate what and who we trust. When she mirrors your breathing, her subconscious has already let you in. She's accepted your presence as part of her emotional environment. That's the moment attraction stops being a game and becomes a pulse. Female psychology runs deeper than the words she says. It's in the quiet rise and fall of her chest. The stillness that feels electric. The sense that both of you are moving to a rhythm that existed long before words. You'll feel it after laughter that fades into silence, after eye contact that lasts a heartbeat too long, after that calm that feels almost sacred. The conversation slows, the noise of the world fades suddenly. Both of you are just breathing together. That's not coincidence, that's chemistry. Don't break it. Don't rush to fill the silence. Be still, let the air between you. Breathe, that space is not empty. It's charged with trust, with potential, with that invisible current that pulls two people closer without a single word spoken. When you hold that stillness, you let her nervous system feel your steadiness. You let her relax, surrender, synchronize. That's one of the most powerful psychology tricks you can ever master because it works below thought, below logic, at the level where how to fall in love stops being theory and becomes instinct. You can even guide it gently, not by forcing, but by feeling. Match her rhythm like tuning two instruments to the same note. When your breathing aligns, her body feels it before her mind can explain it. It's ancient, primal, magnetic. That's the essence of female psychology connection. Before cognition, emotion, before explanation. Don't underestimate how delicate this is. The balance between presence and pressure, push too hard, and the rhythm breaks, stay grounded, and the synchronization deepens into something unforgettable. It's not manipulation, it's awareness. The art of listening with your whole body. Ignore this signal and you'll miss the moment when she silently tells you, I trust you, recognize it, and you'll unlock the doorway between mind and body, tension and tenderness, caution and chemistry, breath. Synchronization isn't about seduction, it's about resonance. It's where attraction transcends performance and becomes natural, the kind of connection that feels inevitable. So next time you sense her breath aligning with yours, don't overthink, just let her feel your calm, your stillness, your presence. That's how to fall in love without a single word. That's the unspoken dialogue of desire, written not in sentences, but in syncopated heartbeats and shared air, a silent harmony that Stoics warned about. And psychology finally explains, if you've ever felt that silent moment when your breath matches hers, you've already touched the edge of real connection, where words end and energy begins. Comment below, I move with calm power and unspoken connection. Signal 8, the accidental lean over. Now, the dance turns bold. It's no longer a casual glance or a flicker of interest. It's movement as language. She drops something, maybe a pen, a scarf, a key. She bends slowly, gracefully. The curve of her back isn't chaos. It's choreography. Every tilt, every shift is deliberate, primal, designed to pull your focus. Don't fool yourself. It's not clumsiness. It's theatre. She's giving a performance written by instinct and rehearsed by centuries of silent communication. This is femininity, speaking in gestures. Not words, a test wrapped in temptation. She's saying, can you handle this without losing your center? Here's where many men fall flat on their faces. One stares too long, eyes devouring the moment like a starving wolf. And in that instant, mystery dies. Another looks away completely, pretending nothing happened, thinking that indifference equals respect. Both are wrong. Both are unbalanced. You must understand, attraction isn't about extremes. It's about mastery. When she leans over, don't stare, don't flinch. Just be there, present, calm. You notice, but you don't react. You see, but you don't chase. That's the mark of a high-value man, the one who moves through desire without being consumed by it. When she straightens up, meet her eyes slowly. Let your gaze carry the weight of a man who sees beauty, but isn't rolled by it. Smile not with hunger, but with knowing that slight smile says, I saw your grace. I appreciate it, but I'm still in control. That's what she's testing for masculine energy under pressure control, without coldness, strength without arrogance. She wants to feel that you can want her without needing her. Because here's the truth. Most men never learn the moment you lose composure. The attraction shifts from electric to ordinary. You go from intriguing to predictable. But when you stay calm, steady, composed, the moment changes. Shape, desire, deepens. Respect grows, you become magnetic. This is what it means to attract women on a higher frequency, not by chasing, not by performing, but by embodying stillness in the storm. She leans, you stay centered, she tests you, remain unshaken. That balance, that harmony of masculine and feminine creates the real spark. Don't mistake this for a game of lust. It's a conversation of trust. Her movement is a whisper that says, I feel safe enough to be seen. And if you hear that, without words, if you respond, not with impulse but with understanding, you've already stepped into a different league. That's the difference between a man and a high-value man, between reaction and presence, between lust and magnetism. So next time the universe hands you this quiet test, the accidental, lean, the graceful motion, the pause, heavy with meaning. Remember, don't chase the surface. Feel the message beneath it. Be composed, be aware, be the man who sees but never loses himself in the seeing. That is how masculine energy speaks without saying a word. Signal 9. The seduction triangle. Eyes, lips, eyes. This is no ordinary moment. It's a timeless signal, one written in human instinct. The old Stoic wisdom reminds us that desire often speaks before words ever do. When her gaze traces that triangle eye to eye, then down to your lips. It's not random, it's the universal prelude to intimacy. A subconscious confession of intent, as Seneca once said, fire tests gold, adversity tests men. In this case, it's your composure that's being tested. Can you stay calm, control decisive? When her eyes linger, when her pupils widen and her breath slows, her body is already imagining the next move. Her mind is rehearsing the kiss. Nature itself has given you the signal. Don't doubt it, don't overthink it in that instant. Hesitation is defeat. Stoicism win is mastery over emotion, not denial of it. Don't ask for permission to live the moment. Lead it with respect and precision. Lower your tone. Reduce the space between you with calm confidence. Let silence speak when her gaze falls again to your lips. Understand her body has already answered. That's not dominance, it's synchronization. You're not forcing the moment, you're flowing with it. The iron mind knows when to act, neither too early nor too late. The old Stoic wisdom teaches he conquers who conquers himself. You must conquer your fear of rejection, your habit of hesitation, your urge to seek validation. That is what separates the man of reaction from the man of intention. In modern life, where destruction rules and genuine connection fades, reading body language is a forgotten art, but it's also your secret edge. The modern man must relearn what the ancients already knew. Presence is power. Don't be lost in your head. Be in command of your senses. Notice the rhythm of breath, the shift of energy, the invisible dialogue happening in the space between you. That's where attraction lives, not in words but in awareness. Remember Marcus Aurelius's words, you have power over your mind, not outside events, the moment is outside you, but your response that's yours to master. Don't let insecurity drive you into overthinking. Let your actions align with your intuition. That is Stoicism. Win. That is the iron mind in motion. When her eyes move from your lips back to your eyes, mirror her calm. Don't break eye contact. Let the silence grow heavy with intention. When the timing feels inevitable, move not with lust, but with purpose. Confidence is not loud. It's precise. You must act as though the world itself has slowed down for this single instant, because it has. And in that stillness, you either rise as the man who knows, or retreat as the man who doubts. Don't hesitate, don't ask, act. You've read the signal, you've earned the right to move. Let the old Stoic wisdom guide your instincts, calm, deliberate, unwavering. The iron mind doesn't chase the moment, it creates it. That's how men win. That's how you master life. Signal 10. Adjusting her stockings or tights. This, gentleman, is where the game of subtlety ends and something far deeper begins. When a woman adjusts her stockings, smooths her skirt, or tugs lightly at her tights, while you're there, don't blink and miss it. That's not vanity, it's vulnerability, it's a silent confession dressed as a casual move. She's doing something intimate, something that usually belongs behind closed doors, and she's doing it in front of you. That's trust, that's desire, tiptoeing into the room, wearing silk. Female psychology runs deep. And this little act is one of those psychology tricks that reveals more than words ever could on the surface. It's nothing just fabric and motion, but underneath, it's everything. It's a symbolic invitation and unspoken. Come closer, she's not just fixing her clothes, she's letting you see a part of her that others never do. That is the moment you step out of the crowd and into her private world. You must understand this is not random. In female psychology, moments like this are the bridges between liking and lust. She's saying, I feel safe with you, without uttering a single syllable. It's what psychologists call intimacy management, deciding who earns the right to see the unfiltered self. And if you're witnessing it, congratulations. You've crossed the invisible line from acquaintance to potential partner. This isn't about lust alone, it's about emotional permission. She's signaling that she trusts you enough to be human in your presence. Don't take that lightly. Don't ruin it by gawking or fumbling the right reaction. Calm, study, a quick glance, a soft smile. Then shift your focus. Be composed, be aware, be the man who understands the language behind the gesture. Because when you master this balance, you're not just reading body language, you're reading the heart behind it. Here's the catch, respond wrong, and you break the spell. Look away too fast and she feels dismissed. Stare too long and the charm collapses into discomfort. You must walk the thin line between admiration and respect. That's how to fall in love the right way with your eyes, not your ego. This is where most men fail. They either ignore the signal or overplay it. Don't do. Either recognize the psychology trick. She's unconsciously playing a test, wrapped in tenderness. She's watching how you react, measuring your emotional intelligence. If you can appreciate her grace without making it awkward, she'll feel seen, not exposed, and that, my friend, is what deepens attraction faster than any smooth line ever could. When it happens, something subtle shifts in the air. The dynamic changes from playful curiosity to quiet intimacy. You're no longer strangers, navigating conversation. You're two people sharing a secret. That's the real magic of connection. That's the stage where liking turns to longing, where interest becomes chemistry. She's already said yes, not with her mouth, but with her body language. Her trust, her comfort, don't chase it. Let it unfold naturally. Continue the night with ease. Dinner, a walk, or something more secluded, because by then you're not pursuing. You're participating in something mutual. Remember this, the most powerful moments in attraction aren't loud, they're silent. The most revealing signals are never announced when she adjusts her stockings or touches her hem. It's her way of whispering, I choose to be real around you. That is the moment every man should learn to recognize. And if you ever wanted to master the art of connection, of truly knowing how to fall in love, through presence, not performance, start here. Understand her psychology, respect her vulnerability, and never forget that every small movement can speak volumes when you know how to listen. Conclusion. From liking to lust. The 10 stages of body language. Stoic warned about. The Stoic hub. Now that you've seen how deep this language runs, remember, awareness is power, but it's also responsibility use. What you've learned to understand, not to manipulate, the goal isn't to control anyone, it's to connect honestly, to see people as they really are, and to carry yourself with calm confidence instead of confusion or neediness. So next time you're out there in a conversation, a meeting, or even just waiting in line, slow down, observe, and let your awareness do the talking. You'll be surprised how much the world opens up when you simply learn to see thanks for watching, my friend. If this video gave you a new perspective, take a second to share it with someone who'd find it valuable, and subscribe for more grounded psychology and body language insights. Stay aware, stay centered, and I'll see you in the next one.